In this new era of drug normalization, coupled with the vast outreach of social media, college students are being exposed to more drug use in their everyday lives. I spoke to two anonymous sources about their exposure to various different drugs throughout their short time in college. Introducing RJ and Ted Eris, pronounced Tetris. I asked the two their drug habits and how often they consumed their drugs.
I kind of just went to a party one day. It was handed to me. I did it one time, and I enjoyed it, and I kept doing it. And yeah, that's kind of it. Once or twice a week, maybe. Mainly on the weekends.
I've taken a bunch of different prescription medications. I've been prescribed Xanax, Klonopin. I don't know, anything that you can think of really that I've been in contact with or have been prescribed myself. Sometimes I take other people's prescriptions, but it's always people that I know. If I do take, I know it's a legitimate prescription.
Okay. Though this may be shocking to some, this is nothing new. Nearly 12% of college students reported using at least one prescription drug. In some cases, they would even resort to taking others' prescriptions. So I asked if these tendencies ever cause any problems.
I mean, I think it definitely can be a problem. I personally, I have done them in the past, and I'm not necessarily staying away from them. But I mean, in my personal experience with the drugs, I've never been to a point where I couldn't stop, but I can see how it can get to that point. The person does it, but I never let myself get to that point.
One of the most used drugs by college students is Adderall, often used to party or to make deadlines. I asked Tetris if he has any clue why this may be.
Just kind of makes you more hyperactive, makes you more aware of everything.
Yep.
So you just kind of get hyper focused, and you want to get on your work, and it kind of keeps you up. So if you're out partying, you're gonna be awake for 12 more hours than you thought you were.
Popularly known as crossing, users will frequently mix two or more substances at the same time in order to produce a more euphoric effect. I spoke to Tetris about his experience in crossing and how frequent it may be.
When you do use it, you say you cross it usually with alcohol?
Yeah, usually.
What do you usually use all at the same time?
Marijuana, alcohol, and sometimes Adderall and Coke.
Yep.
Sometimes a mix of everything, sometimes a mix of few.
This does, however, bring about some dangers, as mixing substances can be particularly dangerous and toxic, as we will soon find out from Tetris' story.
I was doing a lot of Adderall, drinking a lot, smoking a lot of weed, just having a good time with my buddies, and then, I do a little more Adderall, and then cocaine's offered me at a party, I do it. 30 minutes later, my body doesn't like it, and I overdose, and next thing I know, I'm on the floor, and I'm throwing up on myself. It's not a great sight for everyone to see, especially for myself.
Right.
No people saw that. I think that's when it's like a change for me.
So would you consider that that's like a key moment in wanting to stop it?
100%. 100% a turning point in my life. I don't want to touch them again, but hell no.
While, yes, times are changing, along with the way that society views drugs, tales such as Tetris's prove that there is some degree of reason behind the prohibition of certain drugs. While, yes, people will continue to use drugs regardless of legality, it is of utmost importance that if one does dare to enter the realm of substances, that they do so safely, while aware of the risks that they may cause to themselves or those around them. For help, reach out at 1-800-662-4357 for any help on substance abuse.